I've walked on stages, I've worn the crown, but behind the lights I've broken down. Perfection's heavy, it's hard to hold, but the truest stories are the ones untold. They see the glory, they hear the cheer, but don't feel the battles I fought in fear. Every triumph came with a cost, and behind the wind so much was lost. I'm not a headline, I'm not a trend, I'm just a girl learning to mend. Every scar, every tear I've known built the strength I'm calling my own. I'm brave enough to fall tonight, to lose control beneath the light. If my voice should crack, if my heart should show, at least the world will finally know that I'm not flawless. But I'll still stand tall, 'cause I'm brave enough to fall. They see the glamour, they hear the sound, but don't see the silence when no one's around. Every smile I've worn, every wall I've built, hid the weight of fear and guilt. And in the shadows I'd often hide, fighting the doubt that lived inside. But tonight I'm done with the masquerade. I'll sing my truth unafraid. But tonight I'm not afraid of broken notes or mistakes made. I'll let the truth be all I bring, and let my soul begin to sing. I'm brave enough to fall tonight, to lose control beneath the light. If my voice should crack, if my heart should show, at least the world will finally know that I'm not flawless. But I'll still stand tall, 'cause I'm brave enough to fall. Every fall has taught me to rise, every tear has opened my eyes. Perfection's a cage, but I found the key. It's in the flaws that I am free. So here I stand, my soul laid bare. No mask, no crown, just courage to share. If the world remembers one thing at all, let it be that I dared to fall. I'm brave enough to fall tonight, to lose control beneath the light. If my voice should crack, if my heart should show, at least the world will finally know that I'm not flawless. But I'll still stand tall, 'cause I'm brave enough to fall. So if tomorrow forgets my song, the truth I sang will still live on. For I was never perfect, that's not my call. I was simply brave enough to fall.
Thank you. Honestly, wow. This moment feels so different from anything I've experienced. I've been blessed to stand on some of the biggest stages in the world, to hear crowds sing back words I once whispered into a microphone, to live dreams bigger than I could have imagined. But tonight, standing here, it isn't about fame. It isn't about charts. It isn't even about proving anything. It's about remembering why I started singing in the first place. When I was a kid, music was my safe place. It wasn't about awards or records or headlines. It wasn't about being perfect. It was just about the joy of opening my mouth and letting my voice carry what my heart was too full to say. And that's what made me fall in love with it. But somewhere along the way, with the pressure, the spotlight, the expectations, I lost sight of that. There were moments where I felt like I had to be flawless to deserve this gift. Like one mistake, one crack, one human moment would take it all away. But tonight, I wanted to strip all of that back. I wanted to remind myself, and maybe remind anyone watching, that music has never been about perfection. Music is about honesty. It's about courage. It's about standing here, even when you're scared, and letting people see the cracks, the struggles, the humanity behind the voice. Because that's what connects us. It's not the flawless high notes, it's the truth behind them. This song, Brave Enough to Fall, is about embracing exactly that. It's about knowing that you won't always get it right. You won't always be perfect, but you can still be powerful. Because falling doesn't make you weak, it makes you real. And sometimes, real is stronger than perfect could ever be. So if there's someone out there watching tonight who feels like they're not enough, who feels like they're carrying too much weight, I want you to know something. You are enough. You don't need to be flawless to be loved. You don't need to have it all figured out to deserve joy. You just have to be brave enough to be yourself. And if tonight reminded even one person of that truth, then this was worth everything. Thank you for letting me share my heart with you.
Ariana, I'm going to be completely honest with you. When I first saw your name on the lineup, my reaction was, she doesn't need this stage. You've already conquered the biggest arenas in the world. You've broken records, you've topped charts, you've done everything an artist could dream of. So I wondered, why would someone like you step onto this stage where people come with nothing but a dream and a song? But after hearing what you just did, I understand completely. You didn't come here because you needed this stage. You came here because you wanted this moment, and that makes all the difference. The song Brave Enough to Fall was absolutely stunning. It wasn't about showing off vocal fireworks, even though you still hit those notes with the same brilliance you're known for. It wasn't about technical perfection or vocal acrobatics. It was about something far more important, heart, and that's what struck me most. What impressed me wasn't the size of your voice, it was the size of your honesty. You allowed yourself to be vulnerable in a way we don't always see, especially from someone who has the entire world watching their every move. That takes an extraordinary amount of courage. Your voice tonight had a different quality to it. It was softer, rawer, more human, and it was unforgettable. There was a fragility in the verses that pulled us in, and then the strength in the chorus lifted the entire room. When you sang, "I'm not flawless, but I'll still stand tall," I believe every single person here felt that line. Because that's not just a lyric, it's a truth that every one of us lives with. None of us are flawless, but what matters is that we stand tall anyway. And that's what makes you remarkable, Ariana. It's not just your technical ability. It's not just the range or the control or the records. It's your ability to connect, to take your story, your struggles, your humanity, and share it in a way that makes people feel less alone. Tonight, you connected in the most powerful way possible, not as Ariana the superstar, but as Ariana the human being with a voice and a heart. For me, this isn't just a yes. This is a reminder that even the biggest stars shine brightest when they let themselves be real, when they let themselves be human. And what you gave us tonight was extraordinary.